and then it'll be over before you know it.
You won't feel a thing.
You won't feel a thing. Or you'll feel a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Go On Podcast presents How Embarrassing with Molly and Jeff.
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing! Wiggle, wiggle, hello! Welcome to How Embarrassing. It's the podcast about all of our embarrassing lives. My name's Molly.
And I'm Jeff.
Hey!
Wiggle, wiggle, hello to you.
Right? I thought that was cool.
I'm in a swivel chair today.
Yeah, I can tell because you will not stop
I can't.
swiveling.
So, like, I have an issue with swivel chairs where, like, I have to constantly swivel back and forth to make sure it's working.
Everybody does.
I just remember when I was growing up, I grew up in Maryland. You've heard of it. And I played...
Is that where Baltimore is?
Yeah, I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland.
In a swivel chair?
And I grew up playing lacrosse. So naturally,
Like everyone in Baltimore does.
Exactly. And naturally, I chose to play goalie because I didn't have to run if I played goalie. But I just remember my coach would always, I had the same coach every year and he never gave up on me. Coach Marty, shout out. But
rest in peace.
Rest in heaven.
But he would, I don't think he's dead, but he would always go, Molly, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel. And I never fucking understood what that meant. But I never asked. Like, I'd always be like, okay, coach. I don't care.
And then just stare straight ahead of you without looking at it around.
Yeah,
at all.
it like took me a while to be like, oh, swivel, like swivel chair. He'd be like, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel. I'd be like, sure thing, coach. Sounds good.
So you also play badminton
Yeah,
in high school? I just saw that picture today when you were blonde.
When I was in high school, I was on the badminton team. I was also blonde my whole life till I was 19 years old.
Oh my God.
And then what happened?
You know, shit got dark.
Life got real.
Life got real. Hair turned black. It's never the same. But yeah, so I am an athlete, is what I'm here to say. My name is Molly, and I'm here to say
that I'm an athlete in a lot of ways.
This is fucking embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. Can that be my story? Because I don't have one.
Hey, actually, I have one for Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
When we were walking on the way here, we saw a bumper sticker that said, less honking, more tonking.
And we were trying to figure out the definition of tonkin.
I have no idea what it means. But that's going to be my motto for the summer. It's the summer of overalls, so I'm wearing overalls and one pieces all summer. And I'm going to be less honking, more tonkin.
We'll figure out what it means later. Hopefully
Exactly.
it's not horribly racist or anything like that.
I really hope not, because I've said it enthusiastically.
Based on the look of the truck that had the bumper sticker, very possibly racist.
Really, really possibly.
You guys are going to be very pleased to know it's not racist.
Oh.
And it's something that is right up your alley. It means to get really drunk on cheap beer.
Oh, shit! We're tonking. Less honking, more tonking.
Give me a
Except for I famously don't drink and drive. Thank you.
That's why there's less honking, because you're not on the road.
Yeah, because I'm too busy tonking to go out honking.
Honking life. Oh, God. Do you have an embarrassing story,
They
Molly?
call me Big Tonk. I thought mine was me playing lacrosse and not knowing what swivel meant.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Hit the fucking music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honky-tonk girl in a honky-tonk world.
Oh my God, what am I going to do? I have so much laundry.
Have you considered tonking it?
Sir, what?
Well, if you got so much laundry, you can just tonk it instead of worrying about it.
Now, sir, how am I supposed to tonk my laundry? How does that work?
Well, take this.
Okay. Is this grocery store brand beer?
Yeah, it's very
All right.
cheap. It's Food Lion's food beer.
Nice. Food beer. I love it. And I'm just supposed to pour it on my laundry?
No, you drink it, you dumb bitch.
Oh shit, I'm so drunk, I forgot I had laundry.
Exactly, it worked.
Hey, don't forget to tonk your laundry today. Use code How Embarrassing at tonkin.com to have a tonkin' good laundry time.
So like background to that.
Yeehaw!
So I try to open the beer to like have the sound effect in that scene.
Yeah.
And
Are you giving the audience a peek behind the curtain?
I mean, in that it was clearly a sound effect.
Yeah.
A $50,000 sound effect.
Yeah.
But in theory, my beer did blow up and spill all over my pants while that happened.
Thank God it wasn't the mic, because that thing's expensive.
That was part of the sound effect.
I did like when it burst. I was like, "Oh well."
Yeah, save the mic. Your
Save the
pants
mic.
don't matter.
Kill the
Yeah.
children, save the
That
mic.
was a great commercial.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite, maybe ever.
I actually agree, and I didn't want to jinx it during the commercial,
No.
but I was thinking in my head, we're
nailing it.
fire.
Right.
Man, it had so
Oh,
much
you guys-
energy. You like started it like as the music was fading out, like an actual podcast.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was-
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
No, I think now that we're back in person, we're really getting back into the groove with the.
It only took 5 episodes.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope that we get nominated for the commercial
Where's our-
Emmys.
Are we, do
Yeah.
you have a guest today, or where's?
Oh my god, it's
Oh,
so funny
shit.
you mention it because we have a guest.
Do we have a guest? Oh yeah. we
And
have.
he happens to be sitting in this very room.
Open your
as we
eyes.
speak.
Oh, there he is.
All right, so we've established our guest is here. You know him from Snapping on the Street.
You know from
You know from him.
He's emailed you.
And that's right, he likes to honk and tonk
Oh,
all
God.
day.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your ears open for Daniel.
Hello. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. Are you embarrassed to be here today?
A little bit.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous to be here. Yeah.
Okay.
I listened to the podcast before, and I always like, do I want to be in this podcast? Because, I've started knowing
No,
you
we
like,
get it.
very recently, but I knew Matt from before. And I was like, if I want to be in the podcast, I can probably text Matt and be in the podcast, But I was hesitant, but now I'm here.
Now
What
you're
is
here.
it? Is it that we're
Really
mean, or
really
is it
funny that you're
all the
intimidated?
stories? You're
Well,
just
it's
like,
just
ooh, I
the
don't know if I
stories.
would want
It's,
to tell
find
that.
it like finding stories that are
Yeah.
is this a story worth to tell?
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah,
Yeah, you have to dig up a lot
You're
of
like-
past.
Yeah.
Like these degenerates are shameless.
It is really cool though. You guys never really make fun of the guests. We laugh with them. We don't laugh at them.
Oh, yeah.
Right. We make fun of
So-
each other.
And we make fun of each other. We make
Yeah.
Molly cry.
Yeah.
We never made a
I've-
guest cry though.
I famously
Ew.
have cried on this podcast, but that's just because I was on my period, you know? You know, women, they're
Oh.
always fucking
Right.
crying.
It's so funny that like when you're on your period, you just can't take the like hits to the face the same.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
punch you when you cry when you're
I
on
know,
period.
and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just my period.
right, yeah. I'm like, God, she's always on her period.
Yeah, it's like every
She's
time
always crying from these slaps across the face.
every time I'm getting physically assaulted by Jeff, I'm
Okay,
also
let's end
on
this
my
bit.
period.
I regret starting that bit in the first place. I have
Me
enough
too.
against me in this fucking world.
That's true, especially this. I actually do think that producer Matt Cole might be keeping like a track that's just full of the worst shit we've ever said, and he's gonna release it one day when we get in a fight.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's gonna blackmail us.
So back to our guest. Are you so growing up, are you someone who gets embarrassed really easily, or
I think in my head, yes, but I think externally, like thinking of like stories that are like,
Yeah.
oh, this is embarrassing. Like
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like
Right.
at
Right.
least externally, but I think in my head, like I get like many awkward moments. Like then I play it in my head, and it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
just haunts you?
yeah.
Yeah, you're not embarrassed at the time, but then when you look back at it, you're like,
Exactly.
wait, what did I do?
Or even in the moment, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's get into it. Let's hear about
Let's open that book.
some of your most shameful moments.
Okay, so just to start, I have a story about that specifically, which is very small, and it involves the push, and it involves a little bit Matt, but not like doesn't really involve you. It's just that you were there.
Okay.
So this was when I started.
Okay, so it involves Matt, but he just witnessed it.
Is that right? Wait.
I mean, you won't remember
We'll
me from
find out.
it because it was when I started doing improv. I was in 101. I did a couple of classes or something like that. I was going to the shows.
Yeah.
A lot. They were free. You know, I wanted to know more about improv. So I got to one show. Maybe it was like after 2 classes of improv or like 3 classes of improv.
Nice.
It was a 10 p.m. show, and it was right before the 666.
Okay.
So 666 was happening, and because the 666 was happening, then we had to wait outside because the 666 like was
Still
running
going.
longer. Yeah. And Matt was in the door too. No, you didn't do anything.
Okay.
No.
Because I've showed my bare ass many times on a 10 p.m. show.
No, and
Yeah.
The 10 p.m. shows, especially the ones after 666, because those usually start at like 10:45.
Yeah.
And it's even, and people have been waiting around, so people have had a couple beers, and you're just like, this is not gonna
Show me your
So-
dick.
no, this story doesn't go there because
Okay.
basically it's a story that I'm embarrassed now
Okay.
to tell because
my
like I
God.
didn't. Yeah, so I was there. I was waiting for the doors to open. You were there waiting for the doors to open too. And I remember like you were like people would come and Matt would say, "Oh yeah, they're doing 666. They're gonna open soon." And I knew Matt was in the theater because I had seen him before. I think like the previous day or the previous weekend in a Sketchmageddon.
Yeah.
And like then more people started coming, and you know how I think there are 2 benches in the theater, right?
Yeah.
So they were in one bench and I was in the other. And then like people started joining that bench, and a lot of people started joining that bench, and people would come and like, oh, okay, it's people that know each other, you know, like I'm not gonna join that, like I don't know anyone there. Then maybe I got that wrong, but at least I got like someone coming and like they were like, oh, here, hi, I am this person that you know I introduced. I was like. Oh shit, like, do I have to introduce myself? Is that how the theater works? I got so awkward and so in my head.
Oh, shit.
I ended up like acting as if I was like taking a call and leaving and getting in my car and not going to the show.
You
I left and didn't see the show because I was just waiting there. I felt awkward. And now I look back to it and I'm like, how silly. You know, like, I'm embarrassed of like having done that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everyone has to introduce themselves as they walk in.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I did it wrong. Then what do? I feel, yeah.
Everyone's like, who's this asshole who didn't introduce himself? You took a fake call and drove home.
Yeah, I took a fake call. I said like, I think I even like talked. I said like, oh yeah. Oh, you're not here. Okay, yeah, I'll go get you. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I said something in Spanish because that's also a good trick to do sometimes because no one can understand you. So yeah.
Except for one person probably knew Spanish, and they're like, that guy's just saying dog over and over. Like, what is
Or it's like we discover that Jeff, when he's in a blackout, can speak fluent Spanish.
Like, yeah, like took 3 years of it, and it all comes back when I'm in a complete blackout. But when
what
I'm sober,
happens.
I don't remember anything.
That's exactly
So
what
then
happened.
happens,
the
yeah.
next time you went to the theater, did you have to like really psych you're like, okay, this time I'm gonna introduce myself.
No, I never introduced myself. I just like, you know, the next time it was a normal time because the 666 wasn't happening before. So I just like got there, see it like myself and watch the show. And yeah.
I think
And
I
that
would
was it,
also
but-
turn around and run away if I had to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Every time I
It
walked
was-
in a room, I'd
yeah.
be like, I like to sneak in and sneak out. I'm not a real person that's like, hi, I'm here.
Oh,
You know?
So-
I like to
Yeah.
announce my presence.
But also you also do not announce you are leaving. You are
That's true.
yeah.
I like to make a big entrance and a soft exit.
Ooh, like poop.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What?
It's exactly like poop. You're right.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, nuts are hard. Poop is
Okay,
soft.
let's get to another story.
All right.
As fun as this, as cool as nuts are hard, poop is soft is. Nuts are not hard.
What nuts are you eating?
Uh-oh.
I mean, there's cashews are pretty soft, but fucking almonds are pretty hard.
That's what I. Okay, so next story.
Next story. Yeah.
I have to take a call.
No, next story, the one that I had is something that happened to me like I was maybe 6 years old or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, but it was more like a traumatizing story for me.
Oh no!
Yes.
All right.
All right, let's
It's
unpack
not
it.
How traumatizing?
I mean, maybe not that bad. I don't know.
We'll
like
be the
for
judge
me,
of
you know,
that.
yeah. No, so I was 6 years old. I was with my parents and I think another family friends we were eating outside in a mall and we were eating somewhere that it was like a terrace, like a big terrace where there were different restaurants.
Yeah.
One of them was a McDonald's and they had like a playground, like the McDonald's playground that was outside.
Yeah.
Right.
So like after we ended, we finished eating, like the kids, my brother, me, and the other kid went to play in the playground in McDonald's. And we were playing there and it was fun and stuff. But then...
I am really curious where this is going. Because
Okay.
I have something really... I have to say what I have in my mind.
So probably not.
I imagine like an osprey comes down and swoops in. You were such a tiny child, swoops and picks you up. And like your parents have to beat down the osprey.
Okay,
Oh my
wait,
God.
wait.
Why?
Hold on.
Oh my God.
What?
Why would you?
And now I'm here.
How would that be in your mind?
Because they do that with babies, right? Like
Right.
very small children, they think they're like
Not
prey.
an osprey, though. Osprey are pretty small.
Yeah,
Comparatively.
Osprey, Matt, idiot.
An osprey?
Maybe a giant eagle.
Okay, giant eagle, whatever. So
Or
that's
like
not what happened.
condor.
That's not what happened.
No,
Velociraptor.
that's not what
How
happened.
do you know all this shit about birds?
I have a degree. For the last time, I did go to college for outside stuff.
All right, sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah,
I just
it's
had
okay.
It's okay.
So
yeah.
before the osprey,
So
was
anyway, we were in the playground.
Breaks into the McDonald's.
No, he said it was outdoors, right?
Oh,
It was outdoors.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
So-
why I thought he said it was outdoors. I was like, oh, he's setting up
No,
for osprey.
but okay, so it was an outdoor playground, but it was still a slide. You know, it was like this. Like I think it's more or less the same here in America. Like I just don't notice them because when I've been here,
Yeah.
I don't go inside them. But basically, like this
you,
big.
you don't go to McDonald's playhouses anymore?
Yeah, no. I tried once. No.
and they said,
Um,
no, not after the
No, but basically it's
osprey.
like this big structure, right?
Yeah.
Like they have
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like and there's
Oh,
like,
sure,
like
yeah.
a big slide at the end of
Yep.
it. And
yeah, you like climb up through a maze.
Yeah.
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 You got
So-
balls.
The same idea. The thing is that there was this kid that what he was doing all the time was that he was just like he would go down the slide and then he would stay at the end of the slide.
Oh,
And,
I
you know,
hate that shit.
Yeah, I hated it.
It was like a tube slide.
Yeah, it
right?
was a tube
he
slide,
could-
so he would just wait there, and then like kids would like start coming, and then like it would like block, and I'm like, I don't like that, like I hated that, and like
Oh,
it happened
man.
a couple of times, like or maybe like one time, like I noticed that, you know,
Yeah.
and I didn't like it, and I was trying to avoid it like all the time. I was like, you know, like looking at it,
Yeah.
and
I don't want to get trapped in a slide.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No,
Ugh.
like you start thinking into it. That's dangerous.
Yeah,
Like
I'm scared
a
right
kid
now.
can die now. You know, like you know?
yeah.
You know how else a kid can die? Being picked up by a fucking osprey. It happens more than you think. Probably more than slide deaths.
I don't know. My brother has a scar across his fucking forehead from a slide.
Oh, I thought you were saying from an osprey.
I actually, at my Catholic grade school, there was a playground with a slide like that, and we used to see how many kids could fit in there.
Wow.
Disgusting.
That's Catholic
Yeah.
school
Yeah,
stuff.
did the priest make you do that?
Yeah.
The priest was the
Yeah.
first one in.
I got
Yeah.
an idea, kids.
Here, I'll block off the end.
You slide into me.
So anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
kid was blocking
So
the slide.
the kid was blocking the side,
Oh,
and
shit.
like for one of my last times,
Sorry.
What's
Do I keep going?
happening?
I'm panicking because Matt Cole didn't put the bell down, and that was a bell moment. And so I
yeah.
just started slamming my hand on the table.
Okay,
Until,
well, here we have it.
oh, it's in
Oh,
a
it's
box.
coming.
what's this?
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know
Oh, the
this.
happy face one.
Okay.
I feel perverted
Sorry.
hitting this bell
So
for
what
this
is
That,
reason.
that
when it's-
entire dramatic moment was that so Jeff could ring a bell. I get one too?
I don't know how I feel about it having a smiley face on the bells now.
So is this a new thing of the podcast? Or
No, it's been a thing forever, but now everyone has one instead of just me.
Cool. All right.
But they're
Okay.
only meant to be used for one reason. And if you use it for the wrong reason, we will yell at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you have to figure out.
But
what
if you
the
can figure out the
reason.
reason,
Okay.
you can.
Okay, so anyway,
All right.
So,
Anyway. So
blocking the
yeah,
slide.
but like at one point I was like, I'm just gonna like try to like go to the top and then like wait until the kid is gone. You know, I look through
Yeah.
the window and like wait until the kid is gone, and then like I just like do my normal slide. That's what I wanted to do. You know,
just slide.
yeah. So at one point, like I saw the kid that was there, and I didn't want to go, and I was like. You know, there wasn't either like people going, so I was like, I'm waiting here for nothing. You know, like it's not like I'm waiting for other people to go. He's not gonna leave, and I was like, "Hey, can you leave, please?" Or something. I don't know. I think I said something to him, and he was like, "No, I'm not leaving."
Can I
And
interject one more time? I just need to know.
There wasn't any kind of bird
Any bird? No.
inside.
I want it because I have a picture of like this kid. Like, can you describe it a little bit or what you
No,
remember?
no,
okay, can
no,
you
I
just
can't.
make up something?
I imagine him.
And
as
give him a name because I think we need a name for this kid.
Sure.
Okay.
His name was Raul.
Raul.
Yes.
Of course.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
So yeah, Raul was there, and he wouldn't let me go. But then I hear an adult voice saying, "Hey, it's time to go. Let's go." And I was like, "Oh, his parent, you know, his dad is getting him because he has to go home. Great, this is my time, you know." So then I wait until like he goes, and like I think I saw like through the like there was like some kind of window, and I see that he's going. I'm like, okay, yeah, my time is going. So I go down. And I was, oh, this is, you know, like this is my, like, I'm sliding, it's my slide. I go sliding, and when I get to the bottom, the slide was closed.
What?
The person that was telling this kid to go home is the McDonald's worker, was saying, hey, we have to close down this slide. Get out of here because we have to close it down. So apparently they put like some kind of like, I guess because it was outside, it wasn't like inside the McDonald's.
So the Ospreys wouldn't get in.
Exactly. So the Ospreys. So it was like I get to like a wall there.
Oh my, that's
No.
dramatic.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
That's so
Yes.
much scarier than
Yeah, so I
than
get
Raul.
there.
Then an Osprey.
You know, my family is outside
Yeah.
eating.
Oh,
no.
I was inside. I tried to go up.
Too slippery.
I could, yeah, it was too slippery. I took off my socks because the socks were being slippery, you know? So I took off my socks and I was like going up. It's still too slippery. It wasn't like good enough for me. I was like, well, I guess I'm.
Chop
at
off
least,
your
you know,
arm.
like, yeah.
You have to chop off your arm now.
I live in here now. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's
What
like that
did you
48
do?
hours
I,
movie.
you know, I tried to go up many times.
James Franco.
It didn't work. I guess I just stayed there crying. And then at one point, my dad or my mom figured out, like, they were like, oh, we don't see that, like, we don't see our son here. Where is he? And, like, I don't know how they figured out that I could be inside that once it was closed, you know? Like, I don't know. I think I'm not a parent, but like I see myself in their situation. I was like, I don't think I would have figured out that my kid was inside that.
You know what I would have thought? My first thought?
Kidnapped.
Osprey.
Yeah,
Osprey.
Yeah.
No, he's gone. Oh God.
No, but
I'd scream to the skies.
Damn you, God! You took another one.
no, but after some time being there, I don't know how long it was. For me, it was
Oh
probably
my-
like just psychologically, it felt like 3 hours, something
I
like
was
that.
about to
Yeah.
say.
It wasn't probably like that. It might have been like 20 minutes or
Right,
something.
right.
I have no idea.
That's a long time to be
But-
trapped
yeah.
in
Awful.
a space.
They
like
opened
that.
the thing, and I remember it was like, you know, like the slide ends in a circle, so it was like a circle thing that they could open.
Right.
Because my idea was like to climb, and then I could get to a window and like say, hey, I'm here,
Yeah.
Trump. I couldn't do that.
I would have been screaming.
Yeah, no, I think I tried to scream, but no one could hear me. I don't know, like, yeah, it was, yeah.
I've never seen like a plug for a slide
Yeah.
before. I feel like
Saying it out loud now is like, yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but no, it happened. And they just opened it, and I came out, and I think for the most part that day I was fine. I remember then the next day waking up, and in the morning just started crying, just remembering it.
I had a dream about Ospreys.
Yeah.
That is so traumatizing.
That's really
That
yeah.
really would have freaked me out.
My brother just tried to run up a slide and hit his head on it and gushed it open and had to go get a ton of stitches and go to the doctor's office on his birthday. But that was
Whoa.
different.
At least the slide was open, and then he could get out.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
imagine
no,
that.
he didn't get trapped after busting his head.
At least he didn't like bleed out
Exactly.
in the slide.
He hit his head on a lot of things. He ran into a tree one time. We called him tic-tac-toe for a while because he had a circle and an X on his forehead.
No. What? How to get the circle?
From running into the tree. That one gave him a certain. I don't know. I'll have to get him back on the pod on the pod for the first time.
Yeah.
If he ever cuts out of the fucking boonies.
Yeah, get him out of the boonies and onto the pod. Get out of my
Christ.
dreams and into
Out
my
of
pod.
my boonies and into my car or pod. Osprey.
That
Actually, the story that I told with I knew you from the theater in the push.
Yeah.
I knew you because in the I knew you from a Sketchmageddon that you work with. What is the group that you have with
Brightside?
No,
No.
John
Skeleton
Reagan,
Crew?
Wharton.
Raven's Hollow.
Raven's
No, we're not. No.
Oh, mommy.
Oh, no, not. Oh, mommy. We don't talk about that.
Okay,
going,
but
Danielle.
I just knew you from doing that whole night, and I was like, oh, this is the guy that's.
You dick.
this is the guy that kidnapped me at a playground one time.
Oh.
I don't like us all having bells. It's bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember one time I was looking at a slide. A kid was blocking the slide when I was little, and I was yelling at him, and my whole family didn't realize I was still at the playground, and they all left me at the playground.
Oh
my
wow!
God.
And I was traumatized.
Oh, no,
it
that's-
was years I couldn't.
Wait,
I couldn't
on
leave
purpose
my-
or what happened?
They just it was just a ton of kids at the playground, and it was kind of like, okay, guys, we gotta all go walk home, and everyone left, and they didn't realize that they had forgotten me.
Oh.
And it was your parents who were the ones supervising?
Well, my mom had already gone back. It was my mom's friend. Yeah.
Okay,
it was
they were
like-
all wasted.
What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Swingers
Okay.
thing?
No, just it's less swinger, more alcoholism.
It's like a key party, but for the kids.
Yeah.
Who wants to take care of my kids this time?
The kids are
Grab
the
the
keys.
pacifier from the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I need a bell tone.
You should have a bell more than I should.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're talking about the props too much.
Yeah, I'm sick of that.
Well, then move on. It's your fucking show.
All right.
All right, guys, it's time for a fucking ad break.
Is it time for an ad break?
Yeah.
Oh my god, time flies when you're having fun. Like an osprey. Oh no. Oh no.
Little children, quack.
Oh no, little Johnny. Hide, quick.
Oh no, what's going on, Mom?
I hear the osprey coming.
No, not again. They're not supposed to come until August.
Hurry, get in the slide and I'll plug it up.
Okay, plug the slide, Mom.
This slide plug is sponsored by How Embarrassing Podcast. Do you need to hide your children from Osprey? Well, go to howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com. Email us a picture of your kid. And we'll send a plug
Who sent a plug?
for the slide to hide your kid from ospreys.
Fired. You're all fired.
Did we just get canceled?
Oh my god.
Is this what they call canceled?
Hashtag can'ts.
All right, it's time for the second half of the podcast.
Fucking, let's get into some games and segments.
Segments and games?
Ooh.
Fuck, Mary.
All right, it is time for our first game of the whole entire podcast. This is a brand new game that's just been invented that no one's ever heard of before. It's really unique. It's
Eggs.
called Fuck, Marry, Kill, Raise, Neglect.
Eggs.
So, the way this game works, Daniel, you're going to be our lovely contestant today. We're going to give you 5 options. You must fuck one. You must marry one. You cannot fuck the one you marry. You must kill one. You cannot fuck the one you kill before, after, or during the murder. You must raise one. You cannot fuck the one you raise. And you must neglect one, and we don't care if you can fuck him.
We don't get it. Yeah.
It's
if you're
fine.
neglecting them, you can fuck them.
Yeah, whatever.
And let's add on maybe that you have to, in neglect, set them outside in the desert for the Osprey to come get.
Osprey, Osprey do not live in the desert.
What the fuck? Come on.
Okay,
Osprey are
Molly.
a shorebird. They live near water. They eat fish.
What bird am I
Big
thinking of
ass
then?
fish. Big ass sandfish.
Oh, new game. Let's play What Bird is Matt Cole thinking?
Name that bird. All right, so
I think there's a bird called a great tit. And so I feel like I would always guess
no,
that.
it's a bush tit.
There's a great tit, too.
Whoa, there's lots of tits. Am I right?
A lot of great
Yeah, I got a
different
great,
kinds.
I got a great tit in my shirt right here.
What do you mean?
I'm a magician.
So, fuck, marry, kill, raise, neglect. Your options are me,
Me.
yourself, and eggs.
Okay.
No one has taken us all saying eggs at the same time so nonchalantly.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
Okay,
ready.
understood.
Got it.
Understood. Aye, Captain.
So before I start,
Mhm.
this is the second thing that made me a little scared of being in this
Oh.
podcast.
The game.
Yeah, the
Okay.
game.
Wow.
But
You allergic to eggs?
I'm allergic to it. No, I'm not allergic to eggs. Yeah.
That's why you're so scared.
No,
Like,
I'm
oh.
not that scared. Yeah.
It's a tough game. It's
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's
It
like
is hard. Yes, the decision. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
hard to decide. But
Well, just know that it is something that will actually happen after the show.
I know.
So it's
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to do this now. I have
We
to
got-
marry this person. It's like it's a
Yeah,
commitment.
We got a carton
Yeah.
of eggs in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
yeah. We got a veil on one side of this room and a bunch of lube on the other. So get ready.
A big old knife.
We have
Alright.
several killing instruments.
Yeah, that's
You choose.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, you choose.
Anything can be a weapon.
Yeah.
Anything can be a weapon.
Including a talon.
From an osprey. You are hooked on osprey.
Gotta look up
I think
these.
I'm right on this. I have
think
a
they're the most
computer, but
majestic beasts in the world, but
I think so.
So anyway,
sorry.
Do I have to go in any order?
you can
Nope. You
pick.
You
pick
go
the
as you
order.
choose.
Okay. So one thing that I have pretty clear is I think I'm gonna fuck the eggs.
Oh wow.
Sounds like someone likes scrambled eggs.
There's one thing for sure.
Fucking the eggs.
Fucking the eggs.
There's one thing I know in this world. So I want to fuck some
I'm
eggs.
fucking the eggs.
That is beautiful. That
Yeah.
really is beautiful.
All right.
Then what is next? Okay. So neglect. So I think because the person that gets neglected goes to hang out with the Osprey
Yeah, in the desert.
in the desert.
Osprey don't
And,
live in the desert.
Shut up, Molly.
and it seems like there's one person here that is very prepared to hang out with the Osprey, and that's Matt.
Yes!
Yeah. He's been asking for it
That's
all night.
the first time I've ever been neglected on the show. So
Oh,
thank
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No,
No, right?
You
Okay.
did not use
You're
that
abusing
correctly.
the
That's what I
no,
thought.
no. It's a
That made me
different bell.
confused. I was like,
Yeah.
you have to learn. I was like, I'm learning it now. And then, what?
No, you've used it correctly every time.
Okay.
That was wrong.
Matt's abusing
producer.
the bell.
I'm neglected.
Okay. Okay.
You,
so I said
you neglected to use the bell correctly.
fuck and neglect. And there's Mary.
Kill,
Kill
and raise.
And raise.
Mhm.
All right. Mary, kill, and raise.
It's tough.
It's hard.
We really ask a lot of you on this podcast.
We
really-
demand
But we,
the, we
but
demand
we
the
also
best,
don't
I
tell
guess.
you what's going to happen
No.
until we start.
No.
I think I'm going to raise myself.
Okay.
Oh.
For what? For
Yes.
why?
For
yes,
what?
Yes, because I
For
think...
what?
Raise
Why
yourself,
waste time?
raise yourself for what?
For slaughter.
You can continue.
I
All
think I
right.
wasn't especially hard kid to raise.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, you get
So I
trapped
know
in slides
myself.
all the time.
Yeah, that was like the worst part, So like, yeah, I can deal with that.
That's a good
you know where to
So,
look.
Yeah.
Yeah. You,
I'm prepared also to raise myself because I
Yeah.
think like I can look back,
yeah,
So
you're like,
yeah.
oh shit, I lost myself. Where's the slide?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are there
so-
Osprey in the sky? No, then where's the slide?
There's only two places you can lose a
This
kid.
sounds insane. Who thinks like that? I do.
We all do.
That's why I don't have kids. There's so many ospreys in the world. How can you birth a child when there's so many ospreys?
It's really a crime to birth
Will
a child.
you let him play the game?
The word prey is in osprey. Like, that's terrifying.
Oh, wow.
Osprey are a bird of prey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't tell me.
I've been talking about it.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I don't know what an osprey is.
Oh, I don't either, apparently.
Yeah,
it's okay.
don't you worry.
It's a
Nobody
giant.
does.
I understood it was like a bird, but
I thought it was like the biggest fucking bird in the world.
It's not the biggest bird in the world. It's like a it's a pretty big
like a bird like this.
It's it's a hawk. It's
Okay.
a fish hawk. So it's
smaller
the
than a
birds you see
pelican.
at the beach that like dive into the water and catch fish.
Okay.
Those are osprey.
Right.
Okay.
But they
Anyway.
don't live in the desert and they're not big enough to take a child.
Didn't take 6-year-old
I
kids.
think you're thinking of like a condor.
Oh.
Well, for this episode, let's just leave it on Osprey.
Yeah, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we,
osprey,
let's
okay.
edit all of that out. I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want anyone
yeah.
to know what an
Yeah.
actual osprey is.
All right. Delete.
All right. So I have
So you raise yourself. You have to marry and kill me or Jeff.
one of you.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Big option.
The two people that I know the least in this podcast are like the two most important decisions I have to make.
You've got huge choices to make.
Yeah.
Hey, I take things personally.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't give him any hints.
who wouldn't? I would.
It's okay. We've all been fucked, married, killed, raised,
Yeah, yeah.
and neglected.
Oh,
I know, I know.
We're coming up on 100
Although-
times of getting passed around.
Although I've never been neglected before today, but
Well,
Have I been neglected?
3 times.
Damn.
Wow.
I didn't
Yeah.
even
Okay.
remember.
wow.
All right. Marry and kill. I don't want to kill any of you.
Oh, well, you had eggs,
Well,
but you can't,
unfortunately,
supposedly they're so
eggs,
fucking
yeah.
sexy.
Unfortunately, you were really into the eggs. And now you must murder.
I know.
That's the way murder happens.
That's how murder works. You run out of things to fuck.
All right.
That makes sense. Terrifying sense. God damn.
So I think I'm gonna kill Molly.
Damn it!
Yes.
I've been
And I'm
getting
gonna
killed
marry
lately.
Jeff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are happy together.
Oh.
But I will say, once
Damn.
you kill me, I will haunt you guys. Like, I hope you know, no matter where
I
you
hope
go,
so.
I'll follow.
We'll kick it. We'll watch American Horror Story
Right?
together.
And I'll be like, it's me,
Well,
I'm the ghost.
yeah.
Like, what up?
Then I get to hang out with you more.
Oh.
Yeah, forever.
And I'll die off eventually, not come back as a ghost. Well,
Yeah.
you'll be around forever.
Yeah, exactly. I'll raise your kids
Wow.
or something.
The three of us can hang out, when we're married. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucked up, man. I fucked up because Jeff was going to be on a roll. He had 4 neglects in a row, and he might have gotten a 5th today had I not thrown in the Osprey thing.
Wow.
Were you thinking about neglecting him?
I had a plan because I was a little worried about this game. I said it before, so I had a plan of trying to think about it before.
Yeah.
But I had a very busy day today, and I completely forgot about it. And I was like,
I forgot who to plan to kill today.
I forgot who to neglect.
Okay.
That was Fuck, Marry, Kill, Raise.
Neglect.
Eggs.
Eggs. Eggs.
Scramble them. Beat them.
With your dick.
With your dick if you're horny.
with an osprey.
And an osprey.
Yeah. Those talons. Those will mix up those eggs.
Famakara.
All right, everybody. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the podcast. Wait, how much time do we have left? All right, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the podcast.
Plugs.
Plugs.
Yeah. Plug it.
Chug it.
Put an osprey in it.
All right, it's time for plugs. It's the part of the podcast where we plug things that we're working on, or we plug our ears because we don't want to listen.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm jealous because you're more successful than
Yeah,
me.
either plug.
Announcements.
Yeah, it's time for announcements.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, Gabe just turned off the podcast.
Right? Gabe just threw their phone out the window. So do you have anything you would like to plug?
No, I'm leaving Norfolk tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. On Wednesday. So like 2
Oh.
days from today.
Yeah, the day. So
Well,
the
today.
the day that this
Today
podcast
airs.
gets released, if you're hearing this,
I'm already
Daniel's
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already gone.
He's on his way to
He's
San
gone.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Leaving on a jet plane.
Francisco.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the future I'll have something to plug. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Come back on, yeah.
if you live out in San Francisco and listen to this podcast, be on the
Check your
lookout
slides.
because I'm sure there's going to be a really funny person joining some improv team somewhere
For
in San
sure.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Do you know about any like improv out there or anything?
A little bit. My
Little
first
bit?
experience in improv was actually in San Francisco.
Okay.
Just in a workshop where the place I was doing an internship in.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, okay.
Alright.
But it was an improv, but it's what made me want to join the
Cool.
the
Cool.
pools and, yeah,
Well, I'm
like
sure
the
there's
improv. So,
plenty
yeah.
of scenes out there for improv.
There's like 4 or 5 theaters.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like I looked it up. So
right.
I want
Yeah.
to-
It's
Yeah.
huge city.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
So look out, San Francisco.
Watch out, San Fran.
What big birds do they have in San
Oh.
God.
Any ospreys there?
Any ospreys? I don't know what an osprey is.
Maybe you'll
It's like,
find
a,
out.
it's like
look that up.
a condor, but scarier.
Actually, when I lived in Seattle for a little bit, and there were all these seagulls because it's a
Yeah.
city right on the water. And this one guy was like, "Yeah, like actually, I know you're from the East Coast, and like, do you know they only have seagulls on the West Coast?"
What?
And I looked at him and I
the
said,
fuck?
"My college mascot was the Salisbury Seagulls. We have seagulls."
Dude, I gotta say, people on the West Coast are dumb as
Dumb.
fuck.
Except-
Oh, that's my
except for
future.
Daniel.
Oh no.
Yep.
I don't know about
You're
San
about
Francisco,
to be
but
the smartest person out there.
Yeah.
Southern California, these people do not know anything. They were
Jeff-
shocked when I told them that West Virginia and Virginia are 2 different states. And I was like, you're 25 years old. How do you not know the 50 states?
It's a very big country.
like,
Jeff, do
if
you
you're
have-
raised in it.
yeah.
Do you have
That's
anything
you.
to plug?
Fucking dumbass Californians.
Yeah, I would like to plug the How Embarrassing podcast.
Yeah, do it.
Oh.
It's a podcast about all of our embarrassing lives. My name's Molly.
And I'm
It sounds
Jeff.
fun. I should be on it one day.
Yes, yeah.
we do have an announcement, though. We are coming up on our 100th
That's
episode.
right,
And if you're listening to
baby.
this, we do need your help. We're going to do a live. We're going to invite people into our recording studio, and we're going to have you read artifacts, documents, embarrassing things from your past.
Yeah, so if you have an old journal you're trying to dig out, if you have some weird poetry you wrote when you were in high school when you thought you were the next Avril Lavigne.
Remember when you got that guitar out and you were like, I'm going to write a song and you wrote it down? I want to hear it.
Or you're John Regan Wharton, and you wrote it just yesterday. I would like to read it.
And it sounds like a 16-year-old did write it.
Yeah, so we for our 100th episode want to just revisit the past and get all of our guests' embarrassing childhoods in one room.
Get ready for it. It's going to be musical. It's going to be dramatic.
Yeah, so if you have something you want to share, DM us on Instagram or email us at howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can hit up me, Molly, Jeff,
I thought you were about to give out your phone number or
or
something.
Matt. Slide into the DMs on Facebook or something. We'll get you hooked up.
What are your Instagrams? Have you ever said your Instagram on the show?
Oh, our Instagram is at How Embarrassing Podcast.
Yeah.
And then
I don't
Don't want to give out your
I don't
personal
Instagram.
one?
You
I
can
just
get
don't.
you
I
can get
forget
me
about
at you can get me at Molly Dactyl, like a pterodactyl, but Molly. And then Jeff, actually, I had to teach him how to check his DMs, and I'm sure he hasn't checked them since. So
I think mine's like JTB757.
Yeah.
it is. Jeff, don't use that one.
Is that lame?
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's
Just
just
my initials.
Pretty lame.
and
it's just
my
we know
area
you're not
code.
going to check it.
Yeah, don't talk to me on Instagram.
Don't talk to
But
Jeff
my
on
number is
Instagram.
757-439-6432.
Or if you have my sister's phone number, you can text my sis.
or text the sis.
You can text my sister. All right, everybody, little wormies. This has been such a fun episode. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah,
before
thank
you
you.
before you hop the plane out west, and
Oh.
all my little worms out there, keep
Keep
wiggling.
Thanks so much for listening to How Embarrassing Podcast, the Go On podcast production. If you have an embarrassing story you'd like to be a guest on How Embarrassing, send us an email at howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com.
Osprey.